It's Week 11 of the NFL, and this one features your 2021 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase. And big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Bengals and the Steelers on Sunday Night Primetime.
Well, the cold weather is certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. As CD, you look at the Bengals in this matchup. Well, they're pacing the NFL in passing yardage this season, but a tough test awaits them to stay in that top spot as they face one of the league's best secondaries.
And partner, with how they've played this season, both sides are awfully confident they'll be able to put up big-time numbers. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game just because of that. So let's say it together. Eventually, something's got to give.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Cincinnati's offense takes the field and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Top line, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Personal foul. Unnecessary running. Defense. Don't do us like that.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Burrow. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
McPherson, as a rookie last year, made a league-leading 9 kicks from 50-plus yards and added to it in the playoffs with some other big kicks to help propel his team to the Super Bowl. But that time, unable to convert.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett setting up the screen. Harris. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoor them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Pickett now on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll run on 1st down. Warren. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Pickett. He's got it. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a 1st down.
And defensive coaches losing.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Here's Austin. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Pickett. Finds Pickens outright. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. To try again after the sack. Pickett. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And this is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 59 yards. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And this is more of the same right here. These guys have definitely been the aggressors here in the first half. They pushed the envelope in terms of play calls, and that's reflected in the score. And now they're in a position to widen this lead.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air. Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah.
Now Burrow loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it up. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
touchdown! Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. There's the stiff arm. And some room to roam now. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 74 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I'll let let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Joe Burrow and the AFC champs ready to go back to work. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the first down.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Here we go.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Inside handoff to Mixon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Mixing up the middle. And he's got room. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 96 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
Mixon. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Play action. It's Burrow. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. There's Deontay Johnson as the Steeler offense gets set for this next series. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Completes this one to Pickens. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. The Steelers at 6-3 on the year, and they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. Harris going to get it again on second down. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. But Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a throw here to his running back. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
Pickett back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 3 tight ends up front here, third and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
I'm wondering.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for the Bengals. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first two quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. They'll start on the ground with Harris. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 20. On play action, they'll throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A nice pickup of 17 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. it's a jet sweep. Here comes Miller. Avoids him at the 5. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. A handoff to Mixon. They juked him, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
109 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon, and he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that cuts this lead down to 13. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Two things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Taylor now to return it.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. T. Higgins leading the Cincinnati receiving corps out for this upcoming series.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now it's Burrow. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. The quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I know they're going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. McPherson now for the extra point.
And the lead will shrink to 6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. the Steeler offense set to regain possession.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Pickett now from the gun here.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
On 1, right?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Burrow keeps himself upright. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Austin.
That one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Off play action, Pickett.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it, and he'll pop that ball free.
Pickett throwing again on 2nd down. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now Pickett.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Now that's a killer, because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a 4 sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Pickett.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it... complete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Harris running straight at... Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Boswell's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The Bengals on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think what Bob was saying, go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They hand this off to Harris, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Down to about the 22 here.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Burrow.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Steelers, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.